All right, man, we got Janie. I don't know how to say her name, but I'm sure she makes right videos. She will be linked in the description below if you like to sub up to her. When did hitting your partner become a trend? Ooh, let's see this, man. I like the video and comment down below. Have you ever seen this trend, or does your partner hit you? Normally that's called domestic violence, but I don't know how that works here. Let's see.
Beating on men, putting your hands on men. Y'all really think that that's funny? A lot of y'all ain't been beat back.
Beats boys. Huh? Beats, that's boy.
I'm not the friend that you call when your man is acting up, because I'm going to tell you to put your hands on him.
A lot of people don't understand. Yeah, some men, like, if y'all seen that one video, the guy's filming, it's like something with the store, and he just literally just grabs over the thing and just slams her on the ground. A lot of people like beat him up. You're not going to. He might let you until he like just pushes you off, bro. Majority of guys are just. I mean, it's natural, and it's just the truth. If you're gonna be honest, like, scientifically proven that are stronger than females. Majority of guys aren't gonna beat them up. They're probably just gonna, throw them on the ground.
Just saw a girl hit her boyfriend. It's hard watching others live your dream.
I don't know who.
Again, if it's swapped, you're going to jail for domestic violence.
Who needs to hear this, but sometimes a man does need to be beat. 2026, men will get beat.
Yeah.
The way a lot of y'all is normalizing domestic violence is really scary to me.
One of the worst things that can happen in a relationship is surprise being repackaged and resurfacing on the internet as something, I kid you not, #relatable, #funny, and #trending. Yes, domestic violence is trending on social media, and I wish I could say it was because we fast forwarded to October and it was Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but no, we are currently in the time where people are loudly and proudly coming online and taking a stand for it.
Men, a lot of men are very audacious because they don't get beaten enough.
Now, before we get into this video, I do want to give a quick viewer advisory. I will be blurring all physical acts of violence to make this video easier to sit through, but we will be talking about DV, and if that's triggering for you, please click off this video. I try to make my platform a cozy corner, but not all important conversations can be cozy. So I understand if this video is not your cup of tea, and I will see you in the next one. But if you are staying, welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. No, I'm not saying.
If you go click on the video, you might as well stay unless it's a shit video.
And you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough for you to take that next step. That being said, to understand how we got to the lowest point of society, we have to go back to a time when this wasn't a trend, okay? It was a secret.
I wouldn't let anybody know. In fact, when it all did come out, everybody was very surprised, because when I had the black and blues and that, I didn't go out. I didn't go any place.
But he would have such control not to hit me in the face, so that way no one would know. It was a big secret, and he could keep it that way.
I tried to cover up for years. I tried to cover up for having to go in with the black eye and make an excuse that it was the footballer, it was walking into the door. You know, the covering up is the worst, I feel.
Domestic violence was something that dangerously thrived because of silence, and it was everywhere, happening to men and women all around the world, but it lived behind closed doors, in neighborhoods where everyone minded their business because legally it was allowed.
If you go back to, say, the 1960s, what you would find is that intervention by police officers in cases involving intimate partner violence was pretty rare. That oftentimes the men, and at that
but back then, majority of people probably wouldn't let that shit slide anyways.
At that time, we were only talking about men as perpetrators of violence. We're told to take a walk around the block, but the police training manuals of the time actually said, don't intervene, these are domestic cases.
Back in the early 1900s, the law and law enforcement, they didn't see domestic violence as abuse. It was a private marital matter, which meant whatever happened between you and your spouse and in your household was not their crime to care about, especially if they didn't see it happen for themselves.
Open up, it's the police. Now you're gonna pay.
Domestic murder.
Thank God, get him out of here. Get in the
Calm down. Take it easy. All right, Ted, get him out of here. Fresh here. Take it easy.
He's crazy. He doesn't know what he's doing.
All right, he seems to be all right. Do you want us to take him down to emergency?
Oh, I just want him locked up.
Well, ma'am, now I can't do that.
What?
Unless the crime is committed in our presence.
Do you mean you can't arrest a man when he's beating up a woman?
Not unless we see him do it.
This position of power the husband had was because he was the head of the household, and back in that era, being the head of the house, making all the money, and basically owning all legal rights to your wife. Because let's not forget, women weren't considered independent individuals until the 1970s. That means while the police enforce no laws, the aggressor could enforce anything on their family.
A husband is kind of king of the household. He is the person with legal rights. And then societal attitudes and also often police procedures that turned a blind eye towards domestic violence. You know, many people would say, well, you know, you need to stay with your husband. Well, what are you doing to provoke this? You know, ministers might have this attitude, neighbors, domestic abuse, you know, it's a family matter.
So what did a lot of women do? Well, a lot of them tried to leave, of course, but with no support from the system and nowhere else to run. And then on top of that, they probably had babies and children. That factor was held over their heads at any mention of walking out that door.
You don't want me to go to school, do you?
Oh, I want you to stay at home where you belong.
I don't have to take this. I'll leave you first.
Wait just a minute. You calm down. You're not in any position to make any impulsive decisions.
Oh, no. I'm taking Stevie and I'm leaving.
No way. A boy Stevie's age needs his father. Ask any judge. I know, I'm a lawyer, remember? You are my wife. Stevie is my son. And nothing you can say or do will change that. If you ever try to leave me again, I'll use every law in the books to make sure you never see Stevie again. You understand?
Fast forward to the 1970s, women were getting a bit more legal rights. They were told to fight back against male control, and that sparked a fire in them. But without a place to run, without their own money, the only thing women could retaliate with was death.
My dad was really punching her that night, really her up bad that night. And my mom decided she'd had enough. She put us in the car, went back in the house, came back out in a rush, crying. All his kids are screaming. And I remember looking back, just like this, and seeing flames through the trees.
Francine Hughes burst into the guardhouse at the sheriff's office shouting, "I did it, I did it." What she'd done was her husband.
She poured gasoline under his bed and lit it.
She was driven to her husband by constant beatings during the 13 years they lived together.
No other trial that originated in the state of Michigan has received such widespread national attention as the Francine Hughes murder trial.
The burning bed case was one of the first DV cases that drew massive media attention to expose the legal system failures and shine light on the reality of it all.
Police were called all the time. And unless they saw Mickey actually striking Francine, which was highly unlikely, they would leave. And that happened many, many, many times.
When I say women were fighting back, y'all, they were fighting back. Prisons around that time were full of women who were really just serving life for taking their abusers. With all of this happening, the police officers and courts, they heard this retaliation by death loud and clear. A much needed cultural shift was happening. Women were being justified. Yes, in many of these cases, they had to take a life to get theirs back, but in the end, these women weren't being punished anymore for being punished.
These women are in prison because of the process, not because of their cases, not because of the facts of their cases.
So I just wrote a simple letter asking the governor, we've been in prison for multiple years, we're abused women, we've suffered, we are offenders, but we're victims, and everybody signed it. And before I knew it, there was this big, wow.
We need all our sisters home. Our families are missing their mothers, their daughters.
So back then, women weren't violent because they wanted power. They had no protection, and their fight was about survival. But over time, that started to shift, and the tone around aggression became a bit casual. Around the early 2000s, a lot of kids were basically taught that one playground rule that I feel like messed a lot of people up in the heads. You know the phrase, if they hit you, it means they like you.
Do you know why that little boy did those things and said those things? It's because he likes you.
Whoever conjured up the lie to tell little girls, oh, when he hits you, he likes you, why were you setting women up for failure? Huh?
I don't know if it was because from
It's like this hurts me more than it hurts you. Shut the fuck up. Like there's cases where yeah, I'm sure it does, but it's like yeah, okay. That's the thing.
decades of treating violence as private or expected, that opened the door for later generations to grow up confusing the message around love and conflict. I don't know. But teaching a child that aggressive behavior means someone loves you, that's never going to end well. And as the world got a bit more modern, it started to prove that.
If your boyfriend hits you or beats you up, stay with him. He loves you because he's risking for you to press charges on him, calling the police. A guy that's willing to do that for a girl, it's amazing.
Do you really believe that, or are you just goofing on everybody?
I really do believe that. Like, I get a lot of messages on my social media asking me for advice, and a lot of girls are like, I look up to you.
Advice, take a boxing class. Yeah, so the one thing I learned is normally if you start throwing punches, I started getting the Philly shell, and it kind of helps me get my defense up.
And I feel like I'm an inspiration to them. They feel the same way.
We went from many women enduring violence, fighting against that violence, just to teach kids that violence means love.
I don't like him.
What did he do?
He was doing all the things. He was chasing, he was following me, chasing me, trying to pretend he was by me, and he yelled on my face, he yelled on my ears, and he bring my body parts, he yelled on my face, and he spit on my face.
You know, a lot of the times when boys do that and they act like that, it's because they like you.
And I truly feel like that message right there put it in the heads of many people that putting your hands on your partner wasn't shameful anymore. It was just a part of the relationship.
This is my brother. No, they not. Because I'm not. What are you talking about?
It's not
you
about you.
It is because you my fuck you talking about.
It's not about you.
So watch your mouth.
If we want to be honest, the
about you.
So watch your mouth.
When your girlfriend's bipolar, no, she's just mean. All right, she's just mean. She's just slapping you for no reason.
If we want to be honest, the way these couples just casually discuss this may make a lot of you say, hey, it's just a joke. But where did we get to this point in a relationship where this is a joke?
Y'all talk so much shit. And now I understand why men used to come home and beat their wives. I understand now. I'm starting to understand that. I really am.
You don't get the assault.
I had to
people.
mute the
That's
song
assault.
for copyright reasons, but she's just slapping him to the beat of the song, you know, casual jokes and casual comments like he's right where he wants to be and petition for us to start beating our boyfriends more.
Huh?
Modern media has reframed assault into something playful and toxic, which we all know a lot of people love. You'll see casual acts of unprovoked
People love chaos.
violence.
We chasing that. Oh,
No.
Get out.
And that alone has made a lot of people desensitized to it. And obviously so, because there's even a trend for the perpetrators to just come online and proudly admit to something they should not take pride in.
What do the women that beat men look like? I hear so much about them, but what do they look like so I know how to avoid them? You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Thank you. You just did me and all the great men that aren't brain dead that actually want actually have a peaceful life, not live in chaos, a great thing. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Now you know who to look not to look for. If you see her on a dating app or in outside in the wild, don't she's gonna
What
hit
do
you.
the women that beat men look like?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Brittany Monique. I ain't confessing.
Let's look at another one.
Head around, and you may not agree.
Alright, there's only two. Okay, let's listen to her.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Brittany Monique. I ain't confessing this, but you know what's going on.
I'm gonna say something that you're probably gonna have to wrap your head around, and you may not agree and you may not like the sound of it, but just hear me out. Y'all remember earlier when we talked about that much needed cultural shift when women had no other option but to fight back and the justice system finally started listening? Yeah. Well, once that shift made fighting back more justified, over time, the look of fighting back started looking different, especially online. It seemed like some people started branding hitting men as empowerment. Almost like, yes, take the power back, but go ahead and knock that man out in the process.
So I've recently started a business where I beat men. So you are in a violent relationship. This boyfriend is trying to scam you. You're confused about him. He's cheating on you. He's beating you up. Wake me up at midnight to beat a man. Please, please, give me the opportunity. So I have a goal.
So you haven't started this business yet, I'm gonna assume?
All this, I have a goal. I want to be able to beat at least 1,000 men by 2027. Do you understand? I'm literally going to punish men for sure.
So you haven't started it yet, because you know by the first one she's not gonna. By the first, the second, and third one, she's not gonna have attitude. Again, a majority of guys, I'm gonna assume, I think she said beat women. So the majority of guys that beat women probably won't beat a guy up, but they will beat another woman up.
And it's such a controversial but also touchy topic because I would never intervene with a victim standing up to their abuser or someone stepping in to help a victim. Not to mention, sometimes God uses other people to make examples out of the wicked. But what we're seeing online, that's not justice. I don't understand how that's justice. This push to fight back is sending the wrong message to people who were never in danger to begin with. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to...
Bro, TikTok is just... more. I used to like it, but now it's just a head case, bro. It's just full of people saying shit. Now, majority, sometimes they don't even know what they're saying, or they just say it to go viral. But like, oh my gosh, man, like, I guarantee now on, like, if you find a girl, if you look at her TikTok, that could have a high chance of if you're going to date her or not. Just what she fucking posts. You can know a lot from somebody just what they post, man. And not in a rude way, it's just real. Like, if you're over here posting shit, let's normalize beating people in general. Let's normalize beating men. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
To beat men just because they
You're laying on the ground in the hallway. Get up. I'm trying to use the bathroom.
Respected us.
I'm not trying to walk over it.
Put your hands on him. I'm not the friend that you call when your man is acting up, because I'm going to tell you to put your hands on him.
I feel like for any relationship to work, the man has to be scared of the woman just a little bit. It ain't even got to get domestic. But sometimes you got to slap the shit out of her. Sometimes you got to do that.
You sit great, you slap me and then it's on camera. I'm going to put you in jail for assaulting me. You don't get to assault people or domestic violence. You don't get to hit people and not get a lesson. Especially if I didn't do nothing. Imagine you took your girl out, you bought her a whole bunch of shit. She's driving in your car. Let's say it's long term. You bought her a whole bunch of shit, you're out, and she just like, you just say something and she slaps you. Oh, what the fuck? 911, what's your emergency? I just got hit. By a random stranger now. Or by my ex-girlfriend. Because what the fuck do you mean hitting me? No, you don't get to hit me.
But act like you're an advocate for DV and how you're so against men putting their hands on women, and then you'll turn around and fix your mouth to joke and brag about the fact that you are hitting men unprovoked.
What should have just been self-defense is now basically abuse and just putting your hands on someone in the name of empowerment. And this also opened the door for men to be more comfortable in their wrongdoings, too. If a man hits a woman, it's just toxic love. He's just putting his girl in place and being masculine.
What's something toxic that you like?
Being a little abusive. When he get real jealous, when he see me talking to another boy, he take it out on me, so.
Hey, what's something toxic that you like?
What?
When my man choked me out when we arguing.
But since when did abusive behaviors equal masculinity? If he's aggressive and violent, that's just him being manly. But truth be told, it's actually him just being a threat.
Yeah, I see why back in the day used to come home.
And people, no, majority of them aren't threats. They're just like very emotional. And I mean, I'm not saying all will, because majority of them are probably very not the smartest people, but just hit people. I mean, or especially women, they don't really hit other people, or they're the type of people that like start shit but won't actually like. They're like, oh, I'm gonna drive off, or oh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm not tough. I don't claim to do none of that. I just stay out the way. I don't try to start shit. I don't try to be in shit. I'll de-escalate. I don't do none of that, bro. I don't do none of that fighting shit unless you have to. Like, that's my thing. I don't start shit. I don't do none of that shit. But come to this, it's like, what the fuck are people doing? People just get comfortable with too much, man. It's TikTok, y'all. I'm telling you, man. TikTok is doing generational runs on us,
These bills stressing me out. They keep piling up. I don't make enough. The job stress me out itself. You stress me out. Taxes eating up my check.
And y'all don't understand how heartbreaking it is to see all these videos I'm showing have hundreds and thousands of likes and comments. And even as I was writing this script for my video, I was thinking about putting like a nuanced line about how a lot of people find this funny and, oh, you know, like people can see this as a joke. But then I was just like, screw that. Like, why should I have to justify this just because some people see it as a playful joke? None of this is funny. I can't help but feel this pit in the bottom of my stomach because I'm thinking about the people that have actually been in a violent relationship. I'm thinking about the victims that really aren't heard when they speak out. For example, let's say men who go through this.
Society has got a long way to go, and I think that there are probably a lot of men out there who are suffering in silence and are too ashamed.
I was almost 6 foot tall. My wife was 5'4", and if I went and told anybody that my wife was assaulting me, they wouldn't believe me.
I'm thinking about the huge amount of men online who joke about this, further adding on to the stigma being that men can't actually be physically harmed by women, and men love being with feisty girls that can beat the hell.
No, they can. It's just, you know.
Out of them.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but sometimes a man does need to be beat. Sometimes a man needs to fear his woman, scared at the fact that when he gets home.
Bro, like, this is, oh my gosh, performative as fuck, bro. There's a guy that, I think he just TikTok and Instagram Reels, performative male of the year. Here you go. What do you mean men need to be beaten more by their girls? No, they fucking don't. Why don't we just stop putting hands on each other in general, bro? I'm not beating nobody for nothing.
He's getting a frying pan stuffed up his ass.
You're a little
like, bro, what?
Sorry. Hey, stop. That's not okay.
I'm sorry. Did I ask you to help me?
No, but I saw you were in harm, so I thought I would help you.
You thought nothing. Look down at my pants. Does it look like I don't want this?
All I'm saying
weird
is it just further adds to the narrative that men are supposed to enjoy this. So whenever they do come forward with serious accusations, it'll be the same old, same old.
What do the women that beat men look like?
She was just beating my like 10 minutes ago.
What do the women that beat men look like?
That's Jaya. Hi, baby. I love you.
Oh.
He's a comedian.
Like that.
This discourse on social media has caused a lot of back and forth and think pieces. One that we've all heard before is that women can put their hands on men, but men can't put their hands on women.
So someone come and slap you right now.
It gets to a point. I think there's points. I think people gotta understand. There's a difference between a slap, a punch, a head kick, a calf kick, a teep, a push, There's differences in between stuff, right? If I punch you as hard as I can, there's a difference between I slap you, or I teep you, or I just, you know, kick you, right? There's a difference. And what do you mean by that? I mean, as like, if I'm gonna defend myself from, like, say a woman's going ballistic punching, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna beat her at, like, I'm not trying to beat her until I see her bleed and shit. Like, that's just weird, right? I just, I'm gonna push her if you got to. You gotta, I can't let you get close. Take her down, chael something, do something.
You do.
I'm going to fight.
A girl right now, one of the girls right now slapped you. What would
I'm
you do?
going to uppercut her.
You're gonna fight a woman?
If she hits me, yes. If you can hit a man, you can get hit like a man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Facts.
Which, in my opinion, just leads people to take abuse less seriously, depending on who it happens to and just overall.
If you hit a man, like you full on as hard as you can, do you think that he should be allowed to hit you back?
I think that men should not hit women. Yeah, even if a girl hits you as hard as they can.
What about, is it wrong for the girl?
No, I don't think so.
So,
we're equal.
Overall, abuse is abuse, no matter whose hands it's in. And the fact that it's been normalized and turned into a quirky trend is very telling.
The way a lot of y'all is normalizing domestic violence is really scary to me. The amount of women and men who are justifying,
again, people love toxic and people love chaos.
Domestic violence is weird. Ain't no relationship perfect. I am a firm believer in it, but it shouldn't be physical.
So if you're in a violent
she's right.
situation that you feel like you can't get out of, please know that you are not alone. You do not have to go through that, and you should not let somebody feel like you deserve to go through that, because you do not. I'm going to leave a very important phone number on the screen, and if you ever need to reach out, don't hesitate. This video was definitely
I'm in France. I don't know what it is. I'm getting hit. That's a stupid joke. Never joke about that. All right. That's a bad joke. Discard that. That meant nothing. It was just because the two numbers was like, because she didn't pop up like a different one. But shout out to her for popping up the number for everybody. It's never okay to hit your partner, whether it's a man or a woman. Yeah, but like, I get like points, like, say if y'all are like with like a towel and towel whipping each other, but it's not like you gotta do it jokingly. You gotta understand, like, not just like, oh, I'm just gonna backhand him for no reason. Yeah, ma'am, that's how you get a, oh, he divorced me, and I don't know why. All right, okay, bud. Okay, regardless of the gender, abuse is not right, absolutely disgusting. Yeah, and that leads down to stuff like that. That always leads down to stuff like that. Like, stuff like, it's a snowball effect, because once you do the little stuff, then it starts getting toxic. Then it's a whole bunch of stuff in one. Then it's not good, man. People that say men can't be victims of rape and domestic violence, domestic abuse, piss me off. Yeah, that's true. I mean, everyone is. If it can affect both sides, then everyone can be affected by it, regardless of the fact, right? If it's if it's a thing that can only biologically affect a woman, or biologically affect a man only, then that's a man problem. But like, that's a both problem. Like, both people go through a lot of stuff when it comes to rape and domestic violence, and that stuff has to be. That, it definitely shouldn't be normalized, like hitting people and shit, you know? There's so many things that are normalized nowadays. It's sick, making me sick of humanity. I'm fully with you with that. That's what I'm saying. TikTok, man. You can't get I'm telling you, we're just getting to a point where I don't know if I even want to. The TikTok brain people got is just annoying, man. Nah, like, I get it. I watch TikTok, but people are just overloaded on it. Like, it's just like their life. Hitting women is bad. Hitting men is bad. Hitting anyone's bad unless it's a threat for your life. I'm with you, bro. You don't need to hit people for no reason. All a joke until one person goes to jail for another person. Yeah. We are in a few years from killing someone, being on TikTok trend. Yeah, or at least like suffocating someone to death or something. Like, yeah, I just choked him out for a minute before he actually passed out. The fuck? Come with me to choke out my best friend. Yeah, come with me to shoot my boyfriend. What the hell? I'm a survivor of serious abuse from ex-girlfriend. She would have hit me. She hit me so much often in public that drew blood, dude. If I see blood drawn and shit, at that point where it gets to stuff like that, you got to start recording it. You gotta start making it known and shit, because even though you're probably like stuff like that, if you don't record it and it's going on, even though like if you're a man, it's probably harder to. But again, it's hard in general for some people to prove it. Like film it the best you can and shit, man. But let me know what you think about this video. This was a great video. Shout out to I don't know. I don't want to say her name wrong, but shout out to her. This was a great video. Um, she made great points. And yeah, this shouldn't be normalized. I don't know. People that normalize this are probably just are people that are just indulged in chaos and love chaos, and it's insane.